Hello, everybody. I'm here with the Japanese train and yada yada yada. You know what you're here for. Anyway, let's talk about Thomas and Friends 2026, the new TV series slash movie slash whatever that's coming out next year. I gotta be honest, I feel like this is either gonna be the best thing that has ever graced our screens, or it's gonna be complete ass. Either way, I am fully prepared to be disappointed once again. And if you think for a second it's going to be like the model series or anything, then I'm just going to stop you right there. One thing that did intrigue me though is we got wind that this new character named Jay has dropped. How do we know this? Well, the trademark has been filed for a character named Crane Truck J. And it sounds kind of like an All Engines Go sort of name, but I'm intrigued. I also remember when I was younger, I used to really go crazy when the new characters dropped, especially seeing the first ever pictures of their merchandise. It was like waiting for a new album to drop. And I'm a really impatient person, so I can't wait to see what a picture of him looks like. I'm just going to go ahead and take a shot in the dark. I'm going to make a custom of Crane Truck J, and I'm probably going to be really wrong, but let's see how accurate I really get. All that we know about him is that he's a crane in a truck. So I went to Walmart and I got a wooden crane truck.
I think it's awesome that you can go to Walmart and get one of these little wooden trucks for a really cheap price, and it makes for a really great basis. As I did my research, I decided to go for a more modern looking truck, so I went with the Volvo FH. Partly because it's a more modern, sort of sleek looking truck, but also the more recent models are EVs, and I feel like that environmental angle is something that would be pretty cool to see in the new Thomas 2026. I also went with the color orange for Crane Truck J because honestly, outside of a few characters, orange is not super well represented, so it's also a color that pops. And honestly, it matches the little crane that he's got on the back of him, and there are already Volvo FHs that are orange. And funnily enough, as I was doing my research, I found out that the old Batad Walmart trucks also used to come in orange, so kind of full circle. I probably should have sanded the green wooden part so that I didn't have all this gloss, but I'm impatient. I want it now. It's the same reason why I'm making this custom long before we even know what he looks like. After several coats of orange paint, he really started to come together, and all he needed was some detail, and I had to break out the acrylic paint markers and my Sharpies so that I could do that. And then Crane Truck J went from looking like this, and here's the final product. It was really cool for me to get the chance to sort of freestyle on this custom and just come up with my own ideas and really kind of figure out Crane Truck J's character as I went along. I'm making him this sort of positive, upbeat, helpful, but also very young guy, and I'll talk about that in a little bit. I also gave him a license plate with the Sudrian flag and CTJ26 for Crane Truck J, and of course, 2026. Now that I've made my prediction on his shape and overall look, here's the personality I envision Crane Truck J to have. Again, this is all 100% speculation, and I'll probably be very wrong, but let's see how I do. Crane Truck J is one of the most modern trucks on the island of Sodor. He is young, energetic, and eager to learn new things. He has a particular interest in technology. In a kind of similar vein as Jubilee from Underground Ernie, I took a lot of inspiration from him. Jay begs his driver to try out all the latest gadgets and accessories, from GPS systems to new software to upload to his truck radio. At night, he loves to fall asleep to the sound of the truck radio as he listens to other vehicles move about their business. Crane Truck Jay stuck out very much against the historic, much older locomotives of the Northwestern Railway. In fact, he sometimes struggled to understand why the railway still depended on coal and oil when electricity was so much cleaner. Crane Truck Jay spent many of his first days helping with maintenance of the Farquhar branch line. Toby eyed Crane Truck Jay suspiciously. Since the truck was an electric vehicle, you could never hear him coming. Jay often jump-scared Toby as he was just trying to relax in a siding. Henrietta tried to assure Toby that Jay didn't mean to scare him, but Toby was still offended nonetheless. When Jay was around Toby, he wouldn't stop talking about the newest gadgets and software hitting the market. It was a foreign language to Toby. Coding, apps, playlists, airdrops, none of it made sense to him. "I like to store all my favorite music in the cloud," Jay said. Poor Toby didn't understand. He just looked up at the clouds with a confused look on his face. "Silly," Toby said. "You can't store anything in a cloud." Things got worse when Jay kept insisting Toby have a radio put in his cab so they could talk more. Toby was not willing to change his ways, preferring the old-fashioned way of doing things. In a huff, Toby wheezed steam and left the sheds. One day, Toby had an accident. The rails had not been maintained properly, and a set of points was stuck halfway between each track. As Toby approached, one set of wheels went one way, and his other set of wheels went the opposite direction. Toby rolled off the track, with no one around to hear him. His driver and firemen, not exactly tech whizzes themselves, did not even own phones. So, they had to go and find a phone to call for help. Toby was not seen for several hours. Thomas, Percy, Mavis, and even Daisy went all over the branch line to try and find him. Jay knew just what to do. He knew the timetable from the weekly emails sent from the Fat Controller's office. Jay's driver pulled up the email, and then Jay tracked Toby's route using his GPS. Before long, Toby was found. Jay used his crane arm to hoist Toby back onto the rails. Toby took back everything he had said about Jay, and the two became firm friends ever since. Toby even had a radio installed in his cab, the first piece of new technology he had ever used, at least since his brief 3-chime steam whistle phase. I have no idea what direction the show is going to take with Crane Truck Jay, but it was fun to make him my own for however brief a time I have before the real one gets revealed. You'll have to come back to this video when the new character and his episodes are revealed to see what I got right and where it was off the mark. Thank you guys for watching this HTJT Customs video, and please be on the lookout for more of my videos to come. I have been really busy with work stuff the last week or so I've had to put off Thomasified for a little bit, but episode 3 is in the works and it should be out soon. That's all from me. Please like, share, and subscribe. I'm Hero the Japanese Train, signing off. See you in the next one, guys.